Welcome. This is Micah Fairchild, Editor-in-Chief at PayrollLab.com, and today we'll be taking a deeper look at Oracle Fusion's capabilities for payroll. So to help us go over what we need to, I'm joined by my colleague, Chuck Schaefer, CEO of Vantage Media, who'll be along for the ride today. Welcome, Chuck. I'm glad to see that we were able to wrestle you away from some of your other commitments to be here today.
Yeah, things are certainly very busy right now, but I've always got time in my schedule to engage in these discussions and hopefully provide some context for buyers to make informed payroll purchase decisions.
I know from the work that you've done with HCM.TV, you've had a chance to sit down with several Oracle executives that have worked on the Fusion application offering. Anything you can tell us that you learned from those meetings to get us started?
Well, I have enjoyed the opportunity to sit down with a number of Oracle executives and discuss Oracle Fusion strategies, including the Taleo acquisition and the increasing role that talent management continues to play for organizations. As I've said many times before, businesses need to understand the strategic and measurable objectives that they're looking for, whether that's in a payroll, talent management, or even broad-scale HCM capability. Having a firm grasp on business strategies and enabling software requirements is the first prerequisite before settling on a software vendor shortlist. And this is also particularly interesting with regard to a new triangulation dynamic among payroll, HR, and talent management software. Payroll software selections have historically been driven by objectives in the areas of increasing compliance, achieving efficiencies, and lowering costs. But payroll software buyers are increasingly more interested in objectives that align human capital management with the company's revenue goals, that more closely align labor performance with the business's top objectives, and which put payroll and HR leaders in a better position to make a more direct and strategic contribution to their organizations. With its acquisition of Taleo, Oracle is effectively adding value to payroll and HR software and better responding to its customers' more strategic needs.
How true. And I suppose no matter what vendor you're dealing with, be it Oracle or otherwise, not performing that due diligence that you just talked about is a surefire way to cause some serious headaches down the line. And with respect to the due diligence that's invariably needed for Oracle, there are a few things that prospective customers should be cognizant of. First, these applications are early in their life cycle, which means that customers looking to jump on the Fusion bandwagon should expect some hiccups and some bugs along the way. Second, businesses should be aware that Oracle is being rather choosy about who gets to leverage Fusion straight out. Now granted, in some form or fashion, the company is looking at a migration plan for existing eBusiness Suite, JD Edwards, PeopleSoft customers to Fusion, but for now it looks like Oracle's looking for those companies that can provide some easy wins.
And what's interesting about that strategy and a faster acceleration in general is that Fusion applications haven't really attracted the start of what I would call a wide-scale adoption by organizations in the 10,000 plus employee range, which is where the big wins need to happen to demonstrate revenue traction and confidence for the rest of the market. And this has cascading effects, sort of a catch-22 issue, because those companies that fall into that range are also looking to benefit from a robust, large enterprise ecosystem that can't exist without more customers.
That may well be the definition of irony, huh? Okay, so now that we've covered some of that high-level stuff, let's get down into the actual inner workings of the solution. Fusion Payroll is part of Oracle's modular suite of HR applications, which together are intended to offer a seamlessly functioning end-to-end HCM suite. And what I think is interesting about this is that it leverages a common data model, and it's built on this solid middleware foundation that utilizes usual standards of Java, SQL, XML, web services, service-oriented architecture, and browser support for Explorer, Firefox, and Safari. So what's your take?
It's very clear that those standards facilitate software customization, system integration, and even application portability and extensibility. The use of open industry standards also extends to software customization options and tools. For instance, payroll, HR, and business analysts are empowered with a suite of platform-as-a-service visual tools that can create new objects, pages, and apps in order to fill unique industry or company-specific voids without modifying software source code or impeding software upgrades. One other point that's worth mentioning is the ease of use, which has become a primary tenet in Oracle's application designs. The user interface draws on the benefits from consumer technologies and extends to mobile devices such as tablets that can use the Oracle Fusion Tap application. An Oracle design exec shared with me that their approach is to first ask, what do users need to know, and then what do they need to do? And this comes across well in the Fusion HCM and will contribute to reduced learning curves and faster user adoption.
You know, that's true. Oracle clearly, they've got a handle on providing the software that'll be of the most use to customers. And I really see this in spades with the way Oracle Fusion Global Payroll uses such a highly scalable engine to make use of features of the Oracle database, particularly for parallel processing. And while we're on that global subject, I'd also highlight that Fusion Payroll offers functionalities like dashboards, automation with flows and checklists, an international HR and payroll wizard that happens to be available for over 200 countries, and a single global rules engine. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least give a cursory nod to the fact that payroll is fully integrated with Oracle Fusion Subledger accounting and Oracle Fusion Cash Management, which together allow for standardization, automation of processes, rationalization of systems to increase operational efficiency. And as is the case for a host of other large vendors, having that tight integration with those other financial applications is a big plus, especially if you're looking for things like retroactive adjustments to employees' past earnings, deductions, or even costings.
Good points. Vendor-managed integration and deeper ERP functionalities are just simply not possible with most of the smaller payroll vendors we've reviewed. Also, to your point of international capabilities, Oracle is making some serious headway. They've now been able to establish predefined rates, rules, and human resources data for many countries. For example, in China, users have the ability to generate and separate individual income tax details in summary reports, which are statutory requirements for Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. Likewise, in countries like Saudi Arabia, users have the ability to perform gratuity and GOSI calculations for employees, and more so, the heavy use of expats in that country. Businesses in the UAE receive support for social insurance. The UK is provided with pay-as-you-earn deduction amounts, and the US gets a configurable FLSA solution. These are examples just to show that Oracle is clearly a leader in global payroll.
I'm glad you brought that up, Chuck. It's impressive what they're able to do on the global scale. So, are there any other thoughts that you'd like to leave our viewers with today about Oracle's Fusion applications?
Sure, possibly in terms of fit. Oracle Fusion HCM and the other 6 Fusion apps are still new and lack that product maturity that comes with time. And Fusion apps are known to become very costly when integrator or third-party professional service firms get involved. Cautious buyers and those with tight budgets need to set their expectations appropriately. On the flip side, with options for on-premises, hosted by Oracle or hosted by a third-party data center or public cloud, Oracle's deployment choices may be a highly attractive aspect for prospective customers. After all, clients are able to select a deployment model that best meets their business objectives, uptime requirements, security considerations, internal controls, and service level agreement goals. In fact, research firm Gartner is of the opinion that the hybrid deployment approach of Oracle's mixing on-premise and cloud solutions is likely what the payroll and HR software market most desires, at least in the near term.
Good insights. And a great way for us to finish out our time today on the Oracle Fusion application. So thanks for being with us for our Oracle conversation today. I hope you'll join us next time as we continue our examination of the top payroll solutions and our exploration of the nexus of payroll processes, payroll strategies, and technology.